Hi everybody, I'm Paula Ryder from TR Department, and today we're going to be making some apple nachos. We have our recipe here, and first of all we're going to start out showing you some of the ingredients. Apples, we have some, this is caramel syrup, chocolate syrup. I already put some nuts in a bowl, so those are all ready to go. We have some chocolate chips all ready to go, and I use the milk chocolate, but I know there's a lot of different types of chips you can use. These are some different nuts that you can use as well. There's some almonds, some walnuts. I went ahead and already prepared these ones so that we're going to use those in a bowl. So before you get started, make sure you get your hands washed up real good. And I'm going to start out by washing the apples, which we always do before we use any type of fruits and vegetables. So just give them a good rinse under this cold water, good rinse. Shake off the excess water so they're ready to go. You can put them in a nice little draining sieve, and we'll get those set aside here. It's always good to prepare and have all your what you're going to be using to make your recipe ahead of time. So I set out my platter. That's what we're going to put the apple nachos on. I have a knife, and these are some apple presses. These are really great. If you don't have these, you can always use your knife. Just be careful. So the first thing we're going to do, following my recipe, we already rinsed our apples. We have our cutting board, and we're going to be cutting up the apples. So first thing you're going to do is line up the press, and then you're going to push down. You got to kind of push hard in order to cut the apple, and the juices went spraying, which is good. It's a nice juicy apple. So then you pull that apart, and as you can see, the pieces just kind of fall apart. And in the middle there's the core. But as you can see, some of the apples still have some of the seeds inside. So you're going to take your knife and just cut off those seeds. And then you're going to just slice a little bit more and then lay them on your platter. A few of these cut real well, and some of them we got to add a little bit of cutting. So those look good, and we'll just lay them on the platter. However you want to display them is fine. I'm going to do them in a kind of a circle motion, like so. These apples are a Honeycrisp, but you can use any type of apple you want. You can use Red Delicious, Golden Delicious, Macintosh. There's so many different apples that you can use. And push down. That one cut a little bit more evenly. It depends on if you press on an angle or press straight down is the best way. So there's the core again. And these don't have as many to cut the seeds out as the first one, but we're going to continue to slide them on this platter. And you don't have to use a platter. You can use a dish, depending on how many you're making, how many people you're serving. If you're serving your whole family or a bunch of people that are in your home, you can use a big platter like this. But if you're just making them for yourself, you can just use a plate or even a bowl. We're going to kind of make it, this is going to serve a lot of people. So there's a seed. Make sure you get the seeds out of there. You don't want to eat the seeds. Those all lined up, and you don't have to lay them. You can just toss them on there too. Whatever's easier, you're gonna eat them anyway. So here's another apple. Try to press straight down on that one. There we go. And again, pull it apart, pull the core out, because the core is actually where all the seeds are in the stem. So we're gonna get that out of the way. This one has a few more seeds, you can see. We'll just cut those out. Just be careful when you're cutting. Make sure your fingers are out of the way. And There we go. And it's okay to leave the skin on. Some people don't like the skin on the apple, and you can take that off if you want to. But the skin is actually a healthy part of the apple, so it's good to have it on there too. So we're getting there. We'll cut this one up and we'll show you the next step. So those are all sliced up. I know I'm going kind of fast with the cutting, so you just take your time on slicing. There we go. Everybody can see how pretty that looks. And again, you don't have to do that. You can just toss them in a bowl or toss them on a plate. Okay, so the next step in the recipe, after we arrange the apples on a platter, we're going to drizzle them with some chocolate syrup. And if you don't have chocolate syrup, you know, I've even seen recipes where you can use maple syrup. Whatever you have, I just happen to have both of them in my pantry. So this one, the chocolate, I mean, who doesn't love chocolate? So you're going to drizzle as much as you want. I love chocolate, so I'm going to put a little bit more on there. And that looks beautiful. You can see that. And then we have caramel, or you can use butterscotch, strawberry. There's so many different flavors you can use. Ooh, this is coming out really quick, so gotta be careful. There we go. There's the butterscotch, or I guess this is caramel. All right, everybody see that? Looks delicious. So now we're gonna do some chopped nuts. And you can, if you don't like nuts, you don't have to put them on. This is your creation, so make it how you want it. So we're gonna sprinkle just a few on there. Almost looks like a caramel apple dessert. And then here's the chocolate chips. Sprinkle some of those on there. And again, you can use as much as you want, as little as you want. There are some variations you can use too. Whatever you have and you like maybe some dried fruits, maybe some crushed pretzels, give it some crunch. You can use some granola, would be really healthy and delicious. So this is your creation. You can make it however you want it. This kind of looks like it's done. So there you go. And you can pick it up and enjoy. Delicious. So thanks for joining us today, everybody, for an apple nachos recipe. I hope you enjoy it. And I'm just gonna clean up in here, and join us next week. We're going to be making another delicious recipe. And if you make this snack, go ahead and post a picture and a comment to our Therapeutic Recreation Facebook page. Take care, everybody. Bye now.